Welcome to NFL Week 10 of the Sports Phenom Show, the best damn sports betting show on the planet, where you get all of my capping insight and picks on every game in under 30 minutes. No boring gibberish, only the main points that need to be said, and no commercials, just the way we like it. I am the owner of SportsBettingPhenoms.com, better known as the Phenom, World Series of Handicapping champion. I run the only site on the planet where all of our cappers had to go through a rigorous qualifying process, all of which did so with at least a 60% record and unprecedented units of profits, max lines of only minus 150, different tier levels based on each capper's performance, where all results are fully documented from day one, and all of our packages are 100% guaranteed to profit. No one else offers what we do at more than fair pricing and unprecedented results you simply can't find anywhere else. Speaking of unprecedented results, I can't stop winning, folks. So much so, it's like going out of style. I went 4-1 on my Money 5 plays again last week. Easy as taking candy from a baby. Winners on the Jets, Jets. That started things off last Thursday as I continue my Thursday night dominance, winning every single Thursday night pick I've given you. Had a winner also on Baltimore. They smashed the Denver Broncos and brought them back down to earth. Also more winning on Minnesota, who crushed the Indianapolis Colts. And finally, that easy as pie 7.2 team teaser I gave you on Cincinnati and Kansas City. Money 5's now 19-8 over the last 27 selections, like reading tomorrow's newspaper today. Overall for week 9, I went 8-3. And overall for the last 5 weeks, listen to this, 52-24. That's 68% over my last 76 selections. And how about everything I've given you since week 1? An industry best 99-53. I'm going to say it again. 99 wins and only 53 losses. That's 65%. That's better than anyone on the planet. More or less the jokers here on YouTube. Man, they must absolutely hate that I finally decided to do this. Now that all their customers are going to find out about me, they're going to be running my way and telling me, where have I been all their lives? That's what I hear all the time. And then meanwhile, firing all their previous idiot service asses. I mean, not only are these records as good as it gets, no one else even comes close. I would love to know if there was anyone, and I mean anyone, besides me and the ones that are on my site that can even compare. Please enlighten me if there's anyone with records even just close. Just close. I bet no one reaches out because there is no one else. The best work for me. So do yourself a favor. Everyone out there, pay me or anyone else on my team and win big. 100% guaranteed. Pay me or anyone on my team and save big. The choice is clear. So don't be stupid and pay these other fraudsters, especially all those ones with all those cleavage-bearing girls. And note that I'm saying girls, Because if you're a real woman, you wouldn't be out there cleavage bearing yourself to the world on the internet. Are you serious? What do you know about sports betting? Absolutely nothing. Never found one woman, one girl out there that can pick plays as good as me. And hey, I'm not being judgmental or anything like that. But hey, if there is a girl out there, I'll hire you. Come work for me. Prove it to me. I'll make you more money than you ever dreamed of. And I will market you as the top woman sports bettor in the world. Folks, don't be stupid. Don't follow these other jokers. Don't follow these other services with cleavage-bearing women on their videos. I mean, are you that dumb? Think about it. If they have to go to that length to get your attention, there's a reason for that. Give me a fucking break. Seriously. Give me a break. I mean, if you're paying them, then you have some serious problems and need some professional help. I'm here to change all that for you and make this a lot easier. So do yourself a favor. Follow, subscribe, like. You're getting the best information you can get in the business, and you're getting it absolutely free right here on this video podcast. Also, before I get to this week's picks, here's another example of what you're getting from me, my team, and information unlike anywhere else in the business. Currently, right now, on my challenge, 100 play challenge that I run on my Twitter account at sports_phenoms. Again, at sports_phenoms. I want to give a shout out to the leader of my current challenge. And he's been the leader since the beginning at Donalds27399. These are the kind of cappers I bring to my challenges. I find and bring onto my team. He continues to lead the way and could very potentially be a member of my team soon to come with an impeccable 48-24 record. That is 67% over 72 selections. Again, you can't find cappers this good anywhere else. And you're getting it all on my Twitter profile at sports_phenoms, absolutely free. Following all his selections. They're posted every single day. He's been at the top since the lead. Since the beginning, on the lead, ever since day one. That really says something about the capping expertise that this individual has. There's no doubt he is going to end up winning this competition, get on to the next stage, and have a potential opportunity, as mentioned before, of joining our Sports Betting Phenoms team. You can follow the rest of the challenge plays on my Twitter account one last time, at sports_phenoms. If you're not following and you simply don't like easy money, check him out, give him a follow, and make some free money with this man. I think he still has 20 some odd selections left before the challenge is over. You need to bet every single one of those 20 some odd plays. So again, big, huge congrats. 67% over 72 plays. Amazing. Great job, Donald. Now, let's get to this week's action as we start things off with your Thursday night matchup between Cincinnati and Baltimore. And yes, we're going to start it right off the week with a big Money 5 selection. And you know, I am the king of Thursday night games. I haven't missed one all season long. I think this is my third or fourth Money 5 on Thursday night, so I'm very excited about it. Nothing like starting your week early on Thursday with a big winner to enjoy. More money in your pocket for the weekend plays. Gotta love it, and I'm the man to take care of that for you and get you off to that good start. I gave you Cincinnati last week in the teaser with Kansas City as one of my 4 or 5 Money 5 winners, and they're slowly starting to right the ship, aren't they, for the season? A little bit slower this year than in past years, But they're getting there. They've won 3 out of their last 4, and they're only 1 game away now from evening their record to 5-5 on the season. Baltimore, on the other hand, righted ship after their surprising loss, I guess you could say, in Cleveland, but that was the game that they ended up going up against Jameis Winston. Ready to ship back again last week, and they're coming into this one now steady and solid. Not as big of a game for them as it is for Cincinnati. So bottom line in this one, I believe it will come down to the wire. Probably a field goal game. Baltimore beat Cincinnati a few weeks back, so we all know how hard it is to beat a team twice in an NFL season. So I'm on the barking dog in this one. Take the Bengals, buy it up to 8, and that'll be your first of 5 Money 5 selections for Week 10. Next game, New York Giants and Carolina. And this is another one of those fantastic early Sunday morning overseas extravaganzas. This one in Germany. And what a game the NFL decided to give the American football hungry Germans in this one. Imagine being a fly in the wall for this scheduling meeting and hearing them try to convince everyone in the NFL committee that this is the game they wanted to showcase there in Germany. Really? I don't get it. Neither do I really care, to be honest with you. This is the first vomit game of the week. Maybe a small lean to the Giants, as I expect them to have more fans here for this one. They do have a better quarterback. They do have a better wide receiving core. And who the hell is a fan of Carolina or is willing to even go anywhere near making a bet on the Panthers? So at this point, how can you not lean on the Giants? Has anyone even heard of Carolina now that I think about it in Germany? Do they even know who the hell the Carolina Panthers are or where Carolina is in the U.S.? I get bringing New York there, but really, Carolina? Again, I just don't get it. So, what a shame that this is the game that has to be played there. And what a shame this game has to be played at all, in complete honesty. I'll just sleep in for this one. Next game, Buffalo and Indianapolis. Now, this is a trap game, folks. As much as I hate to have to go with Grandpa Flacco, this is the right play. And it's my job to educate you on the soap opera that is the NFL. Buffalo is comfortably leading the AFC East right now. Actually, let me rephrase that. They are definitely running away with this division and are coming off 4 straight wins. And guess who they have on deck next week? The big showdown at home against the unbeaten 8-0 Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. A game I believe Buffalo can and should win. But we'll get into that next week. So the best thing that can happen here in this one is for the Bills to possibly lose and have them fired up for next week's potential big win and take down the Chiefs once and for all here this season. Not sure they will, though, in this one. I'm not saying they are going to lose, as the Colts aren't exactly my favorite team to bet on. But it's just a spot. That's how the NFL works. It's going to be close either way, I think. Probably a field goal game, in my opinion. So I'm leaning on the Colts on this one. It's at +4. Take it the extra half and put it in as a +4.5 lean. Next game, Minnesota and Jacksonville. Why on God's green earth would anyone want to or trust putting their hard-earned money on Jacksonville these days? Especially this season, right? Minnesota, on the other hand, got back in the win column last week. They were one of my Money 5 plays. And I'm going to lean with them again here on this short line. I'm not overly confident just because it's a Jacksonville team playing at home that you just really know you don't know what you're going to get from them week in and week out. That's why I don't want to go anywhere near Jacksonville or rarely play any of their games. But you got to lean towards this low line here, as mentioned. Minnesota, the only way I would go in this one. Next game, Pittsburgh and Washington. Okay. For this one, the Steelers are coming off their bye week. So now you've given Tomlin 2 weeks to prepare for Jaden Daniels. And I think we all know that Mike Tomlin is probably one of the best coaches in the league off a bye and then going against a rookie quarterback. He's just good against rookie quarterbacks in general, but off a bye, he's kind of like Andy Reid from Kansas City, right? You almost want to just lean with him just because of that right off the bat. On the other hand, we do have a Washington here that's been absolutely more than impressive, a shocker of the year. They have been red hot, and obviously picking up Jaden Daniels has been an absolute blessing. This new rookie sensation is taking the league by storm. And it's just so hard to go against them, isn't it? I mean, this probably is a Pittsburgh spot. I look at the line, I see it at 2.5, which makes me lean towards Pittsburgh. So I'm kind of left conflicted here. I really am on this one. It just seems like a Steeler play, but with Washington being so good, they're just winning and covering every single game. I know, I just think it's going to be a field goal game either way, and I'm not going to do anything on it. I'm just going to take a pass on this one. Next game, Atlanta and New Orleans. Well, this is by far the public trap play of the week. Anytime the public is all over a game, I'm looking for any other reason to go the other way. And as much as I hate it, I'm pretty sure the play here in this one is the Saints. A couple other factors you might want to consider here also in this one, just to back the Saints a little bit even stronger, is, you've got the Falcons who already beat the Saints. So again, as mentioned in the Cincinnati-Baltimore game, it's hard to beat a team twice in this season. You're also getting the Saints who are coming off a firing of their coach. And that usually inspires a team in the first game or two especially. So you got to think the Saints are going to be coming out and putting up a decent effort in this one. Plus you're getting them, on the dog home line. I'm going to lean towards the points here in this one. Again, definitely a public trap play, so how can we not? Take the dog, New Orleans, plus 4.5. Next game, Denver and Kansas City. Amazing how the Chiefs are nearly 10-point favorites again here in this game. That's fine with me. We'll go against them, no problem. I mean, they barely beat a Bucs team on Monday night who could have beat them actually outright if they would have went for that 2-point conversion instead of taking it to overtime. I mean, what was Todd Bowles thinking? Really? So, yet another close, lucky win for the Chiefs, whose horseshoe luck continues. Not only did they catch the Bucs without Godwins and Evans, but then they have this coach, as I just mentioned, Todd Bowles, who's an idiot. Let's face it. You're an underdog on the road without your top 2 receivers. You're able to tie up the game with less than 30 seconds to go. And you think you have a better chance of taking this game to overtime against the champs, to top it all off, in Kansas City on a Monday night game? Come on, Todd Bowles. Go for the 2-point conversion. You have a 50% chance, and that's a hell of a lot more than you had a percentage of to win in overtime, going head-to-head with the Chiefs. Think about it. Even if you win the coin toss in overtime, you're going to probably start at the 30-yard line. You have to go 70 yards and get a touchdown because a field goal is not going to be enough for you. I can guarantee you Kansas City is going to come down, get that field goal again, or more than likely win it with a touchdown. So why would you think that you need to go 70 yards is a better chance than being at the 2-yard line and winning the game? Think about that for a second. 70 yards versus 2 yards. I don't get it. Anyways, I'm not a professional coach, so who am I to say? But seriously, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Kansas City, though, here in this one is laying way too many points once again. This is a divisional rival game. I like Denver to keep it close. Let's not forget that Mahomes has got a little bit of an ankle issue here now. And let's not forget, again, who they have on deck. Buffalo. Just like I was speaking with Buffalo, looking ahead of Kansas City. So let's buy it up to 10.5 and take Denver here in this one. Next game, San Francisco and Tampa Bay. This is my second of 5 Money 5 selections. Now this one's very easy for me. As soon as I saw it, looked at it, I'm like, I know what I'm doing in this one right away. And for those of you that love to know which one is going to be my favorite of the Money 5 plays for the week, something I'm an incredible 8-1 on the season, this is the play. Tampa Bay, they had their chance. We just finished talking about it in the last game. They had their chance on Monday night to pull off the shocker. Could have beat the unbeaten Super Bowl champs on their own turf. And should have went for that 2-point conversion at the end of the game. But no, Todd Bowles is a chicken shit. He's an idiot. And we all know chicken shits don't survive being chicken. Bottom line. As mentioned, 50% chance versus what percent of a chance in overtime? 20 at max. So now that they blew that opportunity, they're going to come back home here, still without their top 2 receivers in Godwin and Evans. And they're going to be going up against the salivating San Francisco 49ers, who I can assure you will be ready to pounce off of the bye. As the Niners continue to get healthier, they are going to be one of the teams fighting for it all at the end. And I don't see them having any problem in this one. This cover is not going to be an issue, especially off a bye. And let's not forget, the Bucs, still without their top 2 receivers, as I keep saying. They're going to be in a letdown spot after blowing that game on Monday night. It's a short week. I'm not giving them much of a chance at all here in this one. I think the smart thing to do is we take the line down to 4, and San Francisco will win big. That's my second of 5 Money 5 selections. Next game, New England and Chicago. Now pay attention to this one, folks. It'll be part of my teaser Money 5 selection of the week. I don't do a lot of teasers, but if I do and I put them in my Money 5, you know it's going to be strong. I did it last week with Cincinnati and Kansas City. Was never in doubt. This one will be the same. Right off the bat, when I looked at it, I said to myself it had teasing written all over it. I just don't trust the Bears to win these big spreads, especially by almost a touchdown. Really? I don't care who they're playing. That's a lot of points for a 4-4 team that's still gelling with their new rookie quarterback. But I do, however, like them to win games, especially outright at home. I've been telling you all season that Caleb Williams is a great home bet to win outright, but that he's not good enough to win on the road. And sure enough, he's lost every road game on American soil thus far this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this game with another play upcoming to make it an official teaser and we'll throw it in the money 5, so stay tuned for that. Next game, Tennessee and the LA Chargers. Well, for those of you that are listening to these podcasts week in and week out, you all know that I refuse to cap Tennessee games anymore this season. There's always one team, it seems, every year that either fucks me or just pisses me off too much to even want to bother with them. In this case, after they did it to me twice, I refuse to cap them anymore. Hope they fucking get crushed. I love all these games. They are getting crushed. So go Chargers. Crush them. Officially, on the game itself, it's a pass. Next game, the New York Jets and Arizona Cardinals, and we've reached another Money 5 selection. Well, I've been riding the Jets pretty much all season, and I'm not going to stop here now in this one. I'm still a believer in this Jets team. As long as Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, I believe that they will continue to get better game in and game out. You can see Rodgers and Adams starting to gel more and more every game. And they're off that big win against the Texans, which I believe will be a big momentum boost for them here in this one. I think we're also getting a gift of line, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you agree? I mean, how are they the underdogs in this one? Just because Arizona's at home and they are 5-4? There's no way Arizona should be favored here in this one. They're the most fraudulent plus 500 team in the league and haven't beat anyone. Who have they beat? I know some of you are going to say, well, they beat the 49ers. Yeah, they beat the 49ers who had half their team injured. And they only won that game by 1 point. I mean, San Francisco had nobody. Everybody and their grandmother were missing in that game. So Arizona has not beat anybody. Take the Jets, Jets. They win, and their season is going to turn around here with a second straight big game that they need to keep in the playoff contention, and I believe they get the job done. Let's buy it up to 3.5, and we've got ourselves a near mortal lock here, folks. Take the Jets. Next game, Philadelphia and Dallas. And this is going to be another Money 5 selection, a rare total Money 5 play for me. So stay tuned for that. Just like with teasers, my totals are rare in Money 5. So when I do have one, you can expect it to be a really good one. Let me discuss this game a little bit, though, before we get to that pick. The side lean that I'm going to have also in this game might surprise you, but I do actually like the Dallas Cowboys on the side. Why, you might ask? Well, believe it or not, I love this Cooper Rush. I think he's a great fit for this team. And a hell of a lot more of a bargain than what they're paying Dak Prescott, that's for sure. And in all honesty, if I can add, I trust him more. I really do. Let's not forget that Rush is 5-1 under the helm for the Cowboys when he's gotten an opportunity. He's looked solid in every single game that he's played. And now you're getting all these extra bonus points as a home divisional dog with a desperate 3-5 Cowboys team that's probably be more than happy to be back at home against the rival Philadelphia Eagles coming in. You think they're just going to let the Eagles run all over them in this one? They're going to put up the best fight they have all season to right what ship might be left on the season. And I feel Cooper Rush might even inspire them. I really do. I've been following the Cowboys since I was a teenager. They're one of my favorite teams through the good and bad seasons. And I know this is a tough time for the Cowboys right now, but I believe so much in Cooper Rush that if he has a big game, you really almost have to talk quarterback controversy. You really do. The Cowboys need a spark. Cooper Rush might be that spark. Now, I'm not going to put this play with confidence on the money 5, but folks, you're getting what, 7.5, 8 points as a home underdog division rival game on a desperate Cowboys team that could very well be inspired with the change of quarterback here, and a quarterback that's 5-1 under the helm with the Cowboys. He has looked solid. He looks like he's comfortable under the McCarthy offense. He just looks like a perfect fit. So let's take that game up to 8.5. Let's see what happens. And if things go well, we could very well see maybe a potential righting of the ship for the Dallas Cowboys. How crazy is that to think there's a potential for that here the way this season has gone? Now, the play I really like, though, because the odds makers have thrown this total down to 41.5, thinking there won't be as many points. Are you kidding me? No way. We're getting a bargain. We all know how bad the Dallas defense is. We all know how terrible they are against the run. And then you've got Barkley on the other side for the Eagles, who's going to run probably all over them. There's going to be points here in this game, folks. Cooper Rush can get points for the Cowboys. I absolutely love and think this is a steal of the year when it comes to the total. 41.5? Are you kidding me? As mentioned, I don't put a lot of money 5 totals out here on my weekly selections. This one just seems like an absolute gift. I might even call it my total of the year. Philadelphia, Dallas. Another money 5 selection on the over 41.5. Next game, Detroit and Houston. And this is going to be my second half of the teaser with the Chicago Bears as part of my money 5 selections. So this game is another soap opera game, folks. The soap opera that is the NFL. Detroit, they're coming off that emotional blowout win against Green Bay and Lambeau, to top it all off from last week, and now face Houston, who are without Stephon Diggs and a questionable Nico Collins. So, of course, the public is going to be all over Detroit here in this one. But not me. This one has trap written all over it. Take Houston. They're back at home. They're off a loss. We can bump them up to 10.5, and that's a steal. So bump them up from 4.5 up to 10.5. Match them with the Chicago Bears. Shock your friends with that pick. This is the soap opera of the NFL, and that is your teaser of the week. And add it to my money 5 top 5 best bets of the week. Next game, and this is your last game of Week 10, your Monday nighter between Miami and the LA Rams. I really wish I had more confidence in this play. I wish I had a feel for it one way or another, but in all honesty, this is one of the tougher selections for me here this week. Miami obviously are playing much better now that they have Tua back. They have lost their last 2, but they've been in both games. They blew it against Arizona, and they took it down to the wire with Buffalo. And so it's really hard for me to imagine that they could lose 3 now in a row with Tua back in their season on the line. However, you've got the LA Rams, who are starting to right the ship themselves, aren't they? I mean, 3 straight wins. One of those wins against the Vikings. So that's impressive. And it's leaving me conflicted on this one. It really is. And I don't like to force anything. And as much as I'd love to give you a play on every single game, especially a big Monday nighter, I'm unfortunately going to have to do what I need to do here and pass on this one, folks. Okay, so we've now reached the Money 5 recap portion of the podcast. I'm going to remind you what my top 5 money 5 plays of week 10 is, along with my favorite of the 5. Let's see if we can make my favorite segment up to 90% on the season. 9-1 would be really sweet, wouldn't it? First game, Cincinnati. We're buying it up to +8. The second game is that favorite of the 5 in the San Francisco 49ers, who I think are ready and poised for a big blowout here this week coming off the bye. Third game, the New York Jets +3.5. I believe they're going to win this one outright, win their second game in a row, and keep their playoff contentions alive. We then reached my rare best bet total. This one's so strong, I'm still considering if it possibly could be my total of the year. Philadelphia, Dallas over 41.5. And my fifth and final money 5 selection of week 10 will be a teaser. 2-team 6-point tease on Chicago -0.5 and Houston +10.5. So that'll do it for week 10. I am the Phenom, wishing you all an amazing week. Let's get this money.